Nintendo Direct. Oh boy. Says that it's a 40-minute live stream mostly focused on Nintendo Switch games launching this winter, which immediately made me think, oh, well, that means that we're not going to get stuff like Breath of the Wild 2. But then I remembered that January, February, and a little bit of March in 2023 still counts as this winter. So it very well could be that we get some Breath of the Wild 2 info, maybe even a release date. And it says mostly focused as well. So I guess even if it does get like a release date like August 25th, 2024, that still would technically not be a lie. But as for other games I want, I've still been campaigning endlessly for a new Donkey Kong game. Now that I got my Kirby game on Switch, I have that, so I don't have to campaign for more Kirby. We got so many Kirby games on Switch, but we haven't gotten a Donkey Kong game in almost 10 years. Actually, it might even... No, I'm pretty sure Tropical Freeze is 2013. So I'm looking for a Donkey Kong game. Definitely really, really want a Donkey Kong Country game. Or a new 3D Donkey Kong. That would be pretty interesting, because they did it with Kirby. Why not make another Donkey Kong 64? And then we'd get some, hopefully, some more weird Donkey Kong characters like Tiny Kong and Chunky Kong and Lanky Kong. But outside of that, one of my dream games currently is a new Punch-Out game, but with an all-female cast, because in the development of Punch-Out Wii, originally, Princess Peach was going to be the main hidden fighter, but they decided, you know what, we don't want to beat the crap out of Princess Peach. Also, you can't, that's not how boxing works. You can't have Little Mac beating up a woman. So they decided to go with Donkey Kong instead, because like it's a bit more funny to just beat up a gorilla, and also it makes more sense for a literal gorilla to be the big hidden boss. But if they did an all-female Punch-Out, then they could finally have Princess Peach as the hidden fighter. And then outside of that, a new Ace Attorney would be nice, because apparently the Great Ace Attorney has already sold like 1 million copies, so hopefully Capcom will listen and give us a new Ace Attorney. I'd like if Athena got her own game finally, because I've finally beaten Spirit of Justice, and I feel like she was much better in that game, and she had such an interesting motivation that she could have gone with, but they continue to, like, in the main series, they continue to try to split the focus between Phoenix, Apollo, and Athena, and it's not working. None of them get their proper arc. Phoenix's arc in Spirit of Justice was just completely abandoned. Athena didn't get anything to do in Spirit of Justice. It, like, pretty much just exclusively focused on Apollo. And, like, I like some of the stuff they did with Apollo, but other stuff, like the Clay Terran stuff, I really don't like that stuff. It was really not interesting. So give me a new Ace Attorney game, please. I need to do, like, one of those, Nintendo Direct bingo things, because now we have the JRPG thing that I don't care. Oh yeah, it's Fire Emblem Heroes, I think it's called. Fire Emblem Heroes 3 Fates, I think. I like the snake. I like this art style. If this is how the whole game looked, that'd be nice. Oh no, he's turned into a sexy anime boy. I'm not entirely sure why Martha's here, because, like, were they just scared that people wouldn't know? Like, oh, what's going on? What is this game? Oh, okay, I see Martha there. He's from Smash Brothers. I know that guy. The more I see of Xenoblade, the less I want to play it. Like, not even, like, talking about, like, oh, I'm so tired of hearing him talk about it. Like, no, like, whenever I see cutscenes or gameplay, it's like, wow, that UI looks absurdly complex, and wow, I don't like how any of these lines are delivered. I don't like any of it. It's Breath of the Wild. Look at it. Do the Breath of the Wild shot. They're doing the Breath of the... Hey, look, it's the indie game art style. It's the cel-shaded, no outlines indie game art style. And, like, there's, like, the kind of not... like, the circles that are, like, angular on the sides. Like, they're not fully rounded off. Like, that's the indie game thing. Oh, yeah, look, it's the indie game art style. It's, like, where there's no outlines, and, like, there's, like, circles, but, like, they're rounded off from the edges. You know what? I'll say it. I prefer games that have, like, graphics that look like they could be ports from a 3DS over games that look like other games. Just because, like, yeah, I'll remember this art style more than I'll ever remember, like, anything else. Donkey Kong? Oh, it's Sploon. Who could have guessed they're gonna announce stuff about the game that is selling incredibly well? I could have never foreseen this event happening. How could you, Nintendo? Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. This is another art style I'm tired of. They're like, oh, what if we did pixel art but we put it like on 3D, and like there was just like this heavy shadow over everything, and like everything's got like a black outline out of it or around it. Too much thick black outlines and shadows and lights. And there's the Gaussian blur, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. And then it's like Sonic Adventure, where like if you beat all the adventures, then they come together and they all fight Metal Sonic. I think that was Sonic Heroes. Anyway, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Like most of these games are not stuff that I'm interested in, but like I understand why Nintendo doesn't make a million F-Zero games or Donkey Kongs or freaking Phantom Thief. I don't know. That's Sega, whatever. I understand why like not all of the games I'm interested in get shown off. Like pretty much the only thing I'll ever get is like Zelda, Kirby, and Pokemon. Like those are the three things that I can be sure that I'll get something of every now and then. But like stuff that other stuff that I'm interested in, like Ace Attorney, Punch Out, Donkey Kong, other miscellaneous games like that. Like Tomodachi Life, like Nintendo isn't gonna make a bunch of those just because they don't sell. And it's like, yeah, it's just kind of sad that the stuff that I like isn't fantastically popular with the masses. Okay, geez, Squeenix, we get it. You have games. Why is this just like the Square Enix Direct? All right, hopefully this is it for Squeenix, please, unless it's a Mario RPG remake. Hey, look, it's Donkey Kong. I refuse to purchase any Mario and Rabbids game, no matter how many times they put them on sale and for how little. It's my moral It's my moral standing point. I refuse to bow down to the Rabbid overlords, no matter how good the games are. It's weird how they announced that Rayman was going to be in this game like 2 days before the Direct, when if they had announced like, oh my gosh, Rayman's coming back in this game, I think everybody would have exploded. I find it weird how the Rabbids game uses more of Mario's like enemy repertoire than Paper Mario. Because like I don't even need like new species for a Paper Mario game. Just like chuck Luma's in there, chuck Piantas, chuck like you have a billion different things I'd like to see in there, like Bitty Buds, Shy Guys, Sniffets, Ninjas. Like you could just throw in any of your enemies from that repertoire. Octoombas. Like they have a bunch of stuff they could do to like with their pre-existing repertoire of enemies, uproots, just there's so much they could do. I don't even need unique enemies. Just like if they had a whole bunch of the ones they already have made, then I'd be perfectly fine. Geez, there's been a lot of Square Enix and farming. All right, this time it's definitely gonna be Donkey Kong. I'm holding that hope. It's gonna have Donkey Kong in it. More Nintendo 64 games are on the way. Donkey Kong. Actually, Donkey Kong 64 is a pretty fair guess. Pilot Wings. Wow. It's like a wings with a pilot's. Hey, Mario Party. We can all stop porting Mario Party with the spinny ones. Okay, Mario Party 2. Mario Party 3? I've never played Mario Party 3. Thank you. Oh, I've heard people say that this game's good. I wonder if they're gonna port the original Pokemon Stadium, like the one that was never localized. Okay, wow, this is a lot of N64 games. Come on, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Oh, come on. No. It was so... I thought that Donkey Kong 64 was a pretty safe bet there, but I guess they still got the whole Rareware stuff. But they have... No, they have Banjo-Kazooie on there. Donkey Kong? Metroid 64. Oh, yeah, GoldenEye, right? See, they got all this Rareware stuff going on. They paid for James Bond. You can pay for Donkey Kong. You own Donkey Kong. You put that on the Nintendo Wii U. Oh my gosh, Square Enix! I've never heard that name before. It's already available. Donkey Kong! There he is. I knew he'd be here. Wow, I wish that this was just a part of the real game. Genshin Impact. Genshin Asogi. I was about to just start quoting the entirety of the Last Will and Testament from The Greatest Attorney 2, but then I realized that that's like the biggest spoiler in the entire game, and I don't want to spoil that for people even if they don't care, because The Greatest Attorney 2 is the single best narrative I've ever experienced in a video game. Man, I completely forgot that this game existed, and they didn't even put golf in the main game. They aren't even regular, or they're not even new hole designs. They're from Wii Sports. Are you kidding me? Donkey Kong? It's Donkey Kong! Pikmin? Okay. I thought he was going to talk about how he promised Pikmin 4 existed and then never said it again. Is Pikmin Bloom, like, not doing well? And they're like, please play our game. Man, imagine being, like, a Nintendo employee and then just, like, your boss comes up and hands you a phone and is like, go walk around. We need footage for the Direct. All right, Miyamoto, you can't just come out and be like, let's talk about Pikmin and then talk about a game that released like 3 months ago. And then just exclusively just tell us how to play the game. Come on, Miyamoto. You've got to tell us about Pikmin 4. This has to be just like you're leading us along and you're like playing with us a little bit until you get to the main thing. Come on, Miyamoto. Even Hey Pikmin 2, I would be fine with that. At least I can say something about that. Miyamoto doxes himself live on a Nintendo Direct. Pikmin 4, it exists! Please, please, please. Pikmin 4 exists! Oh my gosh, it's happening. I don't even care. I know that people are gonna be like, oh, what, that was it? But like, I don't even care. It exists. It's Donkey Kong! I can't believe that these games are like still profitable. Because like, you never hear anybody talk about them. Square Enix! Oh my god! Square Enix! What? How hard you working? Like, you think you could put like a little bit of this effort towards, like, I don't know, remastering Super Mario RPG, or like, I don't know, putting it on Nintendo Switch Online, you know, just maybe you could do that. I don't know, it would be kind of cool. You clearly got more than enough money and more than enough manpower. Everybody talks about Mario RPG. Hey, thanks for being thoughtful of whether or not so many people may not want to see it or not. Square Enix. Okay, it's not Square Enix. It's the game. It's Detective Pikachu 2. God, I hate this studio's art style so much. I hate the way they draw eyes. Everybody looks like a baby. Their hands are so small. They have no chins. All of their foreheads are covered by hair. And he's the male main character, so that means he has to have a little doinker on top of his head, and also has a... Why does he have a bowl cut? You will never know how large these foreheads are or aren't. None of these characters have visible foreheads. It is against the code. Donkey Kong. It's Donkey Kong. There she is. Donkey Kong jumps. Donkey Kong does that. That's not Donkey Kong. That's an interesting concept. Oh my god, Square Enix. Square Enix, I'm going to screech. Those are certainly combinations of words I did not expect to hear. A little girl with pink hair dressed in a skirt being a lumberjack who lost her emotions in a science fair project. Oh yeah, this is the end of Direct. Like, here's all the games that are on the Switch. And then it's gonna be like, well, that's all the time we have for today. Let's leave you with one final look at Square Enix. I'm so glad that everybody got to tune into this Square Enix Direct. Now let's go watch State of Play, where there will probably be even more Square Enix. Were they like bought by Epic Games? I can't remember. Kirby's Return to Dreamland on Switch? That's literally my favorite game of all time! What the... I don't know what they did to Dedede, but like... They brought my favorite game to Nintendo Switch! What? This is my favorite game of all time! What? Thank you! Well, I just didn't see this coming! They put my favorite game of all time on the Switch! Samurai Kirby's back? Oh, that's the Smash Bros. Game from 3DS. What? What? I don't know how I feel about the outlines on the character models, but like, they put my favorite video game of all time on the Nintendo Switch. What the Thank you. I am. Alright, here's the Donkey Kong of the Wild 2. F-Zero, Donkey Kong of the Wild, Deluxe Edition. 352 days over 1. Breath of the Wild 2? Please? Breath of the Wild 2? Okay. Not seeing any Zonai swirls yet. But like it kind of looks like this feels like Skyward Sword type stuff going on. Those little Magatamas there. Those are like the spirit things that you got in Skyward Sword. Alright. Oh geez, is he faster? Or is that just because of the camera? He dive. Alright, he's going through the cloud barrier. What? What is this game? What is that? That better not be all. Oh, title, please. Tears of the Kingdom. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Tears, like, it wasn't that the name of the like May 12th. All right. Finally a release date. I wish that these trailers for Breath of the Wild 2 would be any longer than 13 seconds. But man, Return of Dreamland on the Switch, Pikmin 4, and Tears of the Kingdom is now what we're calling it. Man. The Legend of Zelda, Tatk. I'm excited for this. I am very excited for what Nintendo Switch has in store. However, there was no Donkey Kong, so I will be sending a missile strike to Shigeru Miyamoto's